mission at hospice is to help that dying person live with dignity through their final stages of life.
Hospice is more about quality of life, not quantity.
The whole purpose is that you're going to get the most out of your time.
Hospice is an incredible program, but keeping it alive requires time, money, and certified employees. From a financial standpoint, hospice relies on Medicare, Medicaid, and other private insurances. Tiffany Nalley, home care supervisor of Hospice of Western Kentucky, states that the amount of money funded to hospice by Medicare goes down by 2% each year. This means that eventually the hospice program must maintain a state of financial independence. Already, some hospices, particularly in the southern states, are financially struggling due to the longer stay of terminally ill patients. Originally, those who enrolled primarily suffered from cancer. Now, other conditions such as Alzheimer's and dementia seem to be popular, according to Kevin Sack in his article, "In Hospice Care, Longer Lives Means Money Lost." Large assessments and significant borrowing rates due to longer patient visits are capable of quickly setting a financial trap. As a result, some hospices have been forced to shut down. Hospice services becoming unavailable in some communities causes serious effects on patients and their families.
Most people, if you ask them what their last wish is, it's to die at home. Without hospice being in the community, most people would end up passing away in the hospital. And there's a good chance that some people would die in pain, whereas hospice tends to control pain and other symptoms.
Hospices being shut down may not only affect the actual patients, but also their families. Care for the family continues afterwards, usually continuing at least a year or more if needed. Social workers and bereavement counselors work with families who lost their loved one in order to ensure they cope with death as smoothly as possible. With every well-known program, oppositions and questionings usually arise regarding their services. Reports have been submitted by family members that claim their dying relative was euthanized, overdosed, overly sedated, or extinguished unwillingly. Any hospice website, directory, or overview of the program's mission will claim that enrollment into hospice will not bring death sooner, but rather comfort the terminally ill patient as that person makes their way to the end of life.
There have been studies that show that patients with hospice actually live 28 days longer than another terminally ill patient that does not have hospice.
I was saying I don't doubt that there is controversy in hospice. There always is, and it's a lot because death brings out a lot of emotions for people. It brings out either the best in families or it brings out the worst. You have those families that come together and deal with it, and then you have those people that don't deal with it well and get angry about it. They want somebody to blame, and that's unfortunate.
You know, you're doing your best to try to get this patient comfortable, and sometimes patients don't respond to the medications that we're used to using, so we have to find other medications.
A right or wrong method of dying cannot be concretely defined. Whether one chooses to pass on naturally, in their home, with assistance, or at a location where medication can be provided to them at all times, the choice is mostly based on personal preference. Not every person shares identical moral beliefs or practices the same spiritual ideas. Hospice may not be the best fit for every terminally ill patient on the road to death, but it is an option available for anyone who qualifies and wishes to be able to receive their services.